What is a common database software used in business? Just got a pen and paper, we're gonna write it down. Like what's used, why is it used, how do you monetize, how do you leverage, how do you scale? Let's roll. So we're going to talk about three things. How does a database equal cash flow? That's number one. How to monetize a database and get out of the follower world and get into the database world. Number two, what are the most common softwares used? So how do you put a software stack together to actually get this up and running and monetizing? Number three, I'm going to talk about the team you're going to need, because you're going to need a team to help you do this. Stop doing all this by yourself, especially you women. Number four, I'm going to give you ideas on how to leverage a CRM for scalability and growth. I mean, I'm talking about hyper growth. If you actually do what I'm going to tell you today, you could replace 2 people in your organization and get so much more money in productivity and ROI, return on your investment. So yes, you're going to put a little money in. So get a pen and paper. Let's make this one really serious. So how does a database equal cash flow? Well, they buy things. So let's back all the way up. A lot of you, you're hooked on followers, and followers on all these social channels are interesting, not helpful when the social channel shuts you down. By the way, I have to just make a correction for those of you that are on Instagram. I officially is at Ask Loral is mine. There's a fake Loral Langemeier, there's a fake Millionaire Maker. They're not spelled right. They're not my accounts. All they do is come over here, cut my YouTube stuff, go put them over there. But that was an exciting day when Instagram took my official site down. They've never put it back up. I've been in jail with Facebook before. I've been in jail on LinkedIn before. When I say jail, I mean they take you down for a while, put you in a little timeout, and typically they give you your account back. So if you don't have a database, what happens if you are just living on followers for your business? And a lot of you, honestly, you have followers and you don't offer them anything. You're just having little rants and chats and opinion, and it's cute, but where's the money? Like I know someone who's actually out here on YouTube, has over 1 million followers, no database. You know who you are, call me. We'll fix you. So it drives me crazy. So I learned about databases at 21 years old. Bob Proctor said this term. He said, whoever has the largest, most monetized database will win. And here I am 21 years old. I have no freaking idea what he's talking about, but I just remembered, keep every name, phone number. Well, at that time, there wasn't really emails, but keep every name, phone number, now emails, addresses, keep all the information and stay in touch with people as much as you can. So I started, just tons and tons of little business cards and sheets from registration events I would go to. And then I built it into a spreadsheet. And then I went to Act. That was exciting. And then, I don't know, I've been through open source and a whole bunch of other ones. I'm in a very specific one right now that monetizes us well into 7. It's taken us to 8 figures and collectively 9 figures. So if you would like this database, you're going to call our office. The link below, you're going to call the office. Actually, I'm going to put a Calendly link to get an appointment about a database, but you got to be serious about investing in your company. See, a lot of you, it's free to keep the followers, but you don't want to spend any money. You're going to have to spend some money on technology. So as low as $1,500 a month, you can get all this started and you can get my campaigns. And I'll tell you the campaign. I want you to try it right now. So depending on whatever social channel you're on, here's what I use, Loral.club. So you go to LORAL.club. It takes you from your social channel. It gives you 2 tickets to my free Millionaire Intensive where you can come make some money in my marketplace and a whole bunch of other free stuff, part of my Millionaire Maker book, a whole bunch of other goodies. So I take you out of social channels. I put you into my database by giving you a whole bundle of gifts. You need this. I don't care who you are, especially you startups. You don't even have a database. So it's cute that you have followers, but they have to get into a database. What else can a database do? Well, you actually put it into a funnel, right? A lot of you know these ascension ladders, these funnels. You get them to buy one thing and then another thing and another thing. And here's the other thing that's happened over all these years of having a database. When I was invited with Bob and John Asraf and the gang to be in The Secret, I sold a ton more stuff than The Secret, but they got to know me from The Secret. They came into my database. I mean, I probably got 20, 30, 40 1,000 followers just during that one move. Anytime that I do joint ventures and affiliates, it's all tracked in databases, so I know who to pay. I know where the lead came from. You don't know any of that on social channels. So how does it produce cash flow? You give them offers, right? Get really congruent in your message. Like my message is about money. Right? And you're going to hear more and more about money and student athletes, the NIL, pro athletes, coaches and wives, because I love their conversation. So even though it's a little bit of a broader audience and a different audience, a newer audience, I'd say for my client, they still need money. They still have businesses. They're still paid a ton. They still get overtaxed. So I have a message, right? Now, how do I monetize that message? I segment all sorts of topics, right? Just came out with Make Your Kids Millionaires. How do you do that? Like I came out with that book. So inside my database, not only do I have messages, I take polls, I do surveys. What do you want to talk about? Even here on my YouTube channel, if I'm not talking about something you want to talk about, put it in the comment section below. While you're putting a comment in, might as well subscribe to my channel, click the notification button. I'm here 5 days a week, 10 to 15 minutes a day max, usually on average around 10 to 12. You need to learn business, you need to learn money, you need to unlearn some really crazy stuff you're thinking about that's totally wrong about debt and credit cards, how to make money, how you can do it, your mindset, all these things. We're going to talk about all of them here. So make sure you subscribe and share it with your friends so they start getting educated and you get out of opinion land into some knowledge land and you have very different financial decisions. Now back to databases. Right? I have a whole bunch of layers inside my database. I don't know how many small ticket items I have. I have a debt calculator. I have don't let your estate go to the state, a whole video about trusts. I have a video about the 9 things no one ever talks about in an operating agreement. I have so many content pieces. Why? My database asked me to do them. Like I didn't just come out with the Make Your Kids Millionaires book. We surveyed a lot. People wanted to know, how did I do it as a single mom? How did I have Logan as a single mom? I was married for a minute, had my daughter, was divorced. How to live through that? Like I was kind of a tell-all. And how do you still survive and live? I go back to my database all the time. And here's the other cool thing about my database. They'll buy other people's stuff. Right? So I have a lot of clients that sell a lot of other stuff, health products, wellness products, brain tap, all sorts of cool products. I can invite them in, educate my database about a topic, whatever that topic is. And it's amazing how many people will buy other people's stuff. Again, your database equals cash flow. Like I can stamp that on your head. If I had a little injection button, I'd love to have a little like injection button. I could just have you get it because then you wouldn't be so struggling. You don't have to struggle, you're choosing to. So number 2, let's talk about what are the common softwares used. Well, so we have a rapid marketing system, RMS. So it's a rapid marketing system and it is a software stack from the links that we give you to the forms, to the funnels that I've used for years and years and years. We have a very specific software that segments your database. So for example, I know where whether you came from YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, like I know where you've come from. I know if affiliate sent you. So when you come into our database, we know where you've come from. We know what emails you looked at. Databases can give you so much leverage. In fact, when you really set it up right, it pretty much acts like 2 VAs because there's so much automation to it. Like you can have 2 virtual assistants for the price of $1,500 a month for some software. That's all stacked up and ready to go. And you can pull your followers in and start monetizing your database. And if you are monetizing a little bit, it's time to invest a little bit of money. And then once you get going, you don't have to hire the team. You're going to hire our team. We're going to do this rapid marketing system. We're going to get you leads, get you up, get you running, and make you money. If you can't make money in a month once you've set all this up, something's wrong. We have to have a conversation. So anytime you want a conversation with me, go over to askloral.com, ask a question, make a request. If you're serious, join our membership. It's only $17 a month. You can ask any question. We come live and talk to you live and do a Q&A twice a month. And you can text me 24 hours a day. And we get back to you right away. So the third thing I just want to touch on is the team. You're only good at 3 to 5 things, but being an entrepreneur takes a lot of things. And some of you, you're spending 2, 3, 4 hours in social media just being entertained. You're not out there because you're actually monetizing out there, moving people over, having an agenda, having a direction. So having a team to set up your CRM, to have it set up your database, to set up your store, set up your Stripe or merchant service processors so you actually can flow money. You know, it's so interesting to me how many people, because you won't get a team and you're trying to figure it all out by yourself. First of all, the mistakes that you're gonna make are gonna be more costly than $1,500 a month. I can promise you. And you gotta have a team getting all this done for you, changing content, taking one clip. Like we'll take this one video clip and we'll probably repurpose it 6, 7, 8, 9 another times on other websites and other social channels. So there's so many things you can do, but you got to get a good team around you. So don't think you're going to go this alone. You got to get a team. Now, how do you leverage the CRM for growth and scalability? So my growth and scalability has always been with amazing joint ventures. Like I love networking. I love meeting people. I love meeting their community. So like I have some new communities of doctors, of functional medicine doctors, of have direct sales companies. I have a lot of direct sales companies, coaches' wives, professional athletes, student athletes. Like, I love all these different groups of networking groups that become clients, and they will refer to you. So joint ventures and affiliates is one of your fastest ways to grow. And yes, you can place ads. You can do it all here on social. We do a ton on social as well. But I can tell you joint ventures and affiliates have been the golden ticket to me making well into 9 figures, hundreds of millions of dollars. So if you're serious about it, get a database. Don't wait. I started mine at 21 years old. Are you ready to start today? Click on the link below. There's a calendar link. Get on our team's schedule, get an appointment, and get started. Take your business serious. If you want to make $100,000, I mean, $1,500 a month is nothing and proportional to what you're going to spend. Most successful businesses, you ready for the shocker? They'll spend between 30 and 50% of their revenues in at least the beginning years just to get this database started. So let me show you how, and we'll talk tomorrow.